Welcome to Iraq 2.0. Trump has captured Maduro and his wife in the late evening morning of January 2nd and 3rd, and there are many mixed responses to this. One, many Venezuelans are happy about the situation, to which I fully understand and agree with. The idea of being liberated from a dictator that cheated in an election just to remain in power to pursue a personal gain in the backs of people is a great feeling. However, two, millions of Americans and Venezuelans are pissed, and rightfully so. The promise of no new wars has been a lie by this administration, and the idea that it's because of the charges of narco-terrorism being the reason is a flat-out lie. It's for the oil.
We're going to run it, essentially, until such time as a proper transition can take place.
It's them establishing their own powers into the government. It's Iraq 2.0. And it's all under the guise of liberty, freedom, justice, democracy for Venezuela, when the reality is simple. It's for the resources. It's for oil. He had a press conference yesterday where he continuously states that the oil business was a bust in Venezuela and decides to have a private set of U.S. oil companies come in and restructure the way that it's done. It's all about resources. It's Iraq 2.0. Here's the crazy thing about it all. He's willing to put boots on the ground in Venezuela. Don't believe me? Here it is.
Mr. President, does the U.S. running the country mean that U.S. troops will be on the ground? How will that work?
Well, they always say boots on the ground. So we're not afraid of boots on the ground if we have to have. We had boots on the ground last night at a very high level, actually. We're not afraid of it. We don't mind saying it, but we're going to make sure that that country is run properly. We're not doing this in vain. This is a very dangerous attack. This is an attack that could have gone very, very badly. We could have lost a lot of people last night. We could have lost a lot of dignity. We could have lost a lot of equipment. The equipment is less important, but we could have lost a lot. And we're going to make sure that this is proper. We're there now. We're ready to go again if we have to. We're going to run the country right. It's going to be run very judiciously, very fairly. It's going to make a lot of money. We're going to give money to the people. We're going to reimburse people that were taken advantage of. We're going to take care of everybody. It's very important. We couldn't let them get away with it. They stole our oil. We built that whole industry there, and they just took it over like we were nothing. And we had a president that decided not to do anything about it. So we did something about it. We're late, but we did something about it. Yeah, please.
He is also very willing to have the administration take control of Venezuela for the time being, to run it as they see fit, which is extremely fucking illegal.
We're going to have our very large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure, and start making money for the country. And we are ready to stage a second and much larger attack if we need to do so. So we were prepared to do a second wave if we needed to do so. We actually assumed that a second wave would be necessary, but now it's probably not. The first wave, if you'd like to call it that. The first attack was so successful, we probably don't have to do a second, but we're prepared to do a second wave, a much bigger wave, actually. This was pinpoint, but we have a much bigger wave that probably won't have to do.
Can you explain the exact mechanism by which you're going to run the country? Are you going to designate a U.S. official to coordinate?
Yes, it's all being done right now. We're designating people. We're talking to people. We're designating various people, and we're going to let you know who those people are.
That would run Venezuela.
Well, it's largely going to be, for a period of time, the people that are standing right behind me. We're going to be running it. We're going to be bringing it back. It's a dead, I talk about a dead country.
Welcome to Iraq 2.0, another military occupation. And where is MAGA in all of this? Where is there no new war signs? Where's the protests? Where is them being upset about the fact that we're booming and bombing in other countries? I'll tell you, they're not against it. This is exactly what they want. And here's what's crazy about this. The fact that they were issuing an arrest warrant that is a federal indictment, even though he was never on U.S. soil during the time of the arrest, that's the crazy thing. The president pardoned the previous Honduras president that was charged and convicted of actual drug trafficking. And guess what? Guess what's on the horizon for them? Cuba. Fucking Cuba! Where's the no new wars, MAGA supporters? Where are you? Did you cower away and sit in the fucking corner? Or are you just overjoyed at the fact that Trump is continuously bombing multiple countries without question just so you can get gas at 50 cents? There's mixed responses not only from the world but even Venezuelans. Many find joy and excitement in this situation while others are worried and consider the US as a world's police and absolutely despise this. They're protesting out in the streets and yeah, no fucking shit. Even the president, the previous president of Mexico, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, calls this incursion a kidnapping, and I don't see how he isn't incorrect. The excuse that you'll hear from MAGA supporters, though, is the federal indictment in 2020. However, a federal indictment does not mean that you're allowed just to go in and take a foreign national, aka a president from their own country, to enact this indictment. Per Congress.gov, quote, claims of implied extraterritoriality must overcome additional obstacles. Federal laws are presumed to apply only within the United States unless Congress clearly provides otherwise. Moreover, the courts will also presume that Congress intends its statutes to be applied in a manner that does not offend international law. End quote. Oh, also, one more thing. Quote, although the crimes over which the United States has extraterritorial jurisdiction may be many, so are the obstacles to their enforcement. For both practical and diplomatic reasons, criminal investigations within another country require the acquiescence, consent, or preferably the assistance of authorities of the host country. End quote. Where was acquiescence, assistance, consent of the authorities of a host country? Fucking where? The point is that even though he has a federal indictment and we are looking for extradition, it doesn't matter if the country's governance doesn't provide us with approval. Ergo, this is illegal! This is a huge problem. And not only are we dealing with this in this situation, you have other countries that are responding in kind as well. You have places like China not approving it. You've got places like Russia not approving it. But then you also have places like France and England not approving this as well. Main locations of the UN. The only thing, though, that we can do now is see what the federal courts in New York say. But since Maduro is on U.S. soil and his wife is also here on U.S. soil, didn't know that we can just take her away as well. They're now under the 4th, the 5th, and the 14th Amendment. So let's see how the horrible prosecutor, Pam Bondi, works out this case. This is insane. You hear your MAGA supporters talking all the time. You hear Trump in his first term also talking about how Iraq was a failure and how it was a mistake and how we should have never gone there to begin with. You can hear that in the debates that he has with people like Jeb Bush. But then what happens? He pulls his own version of Iraq. He says that the fentanyl that's coming in is now going to be labeled as a WMD. He's treating the Venezuelans and the government like Tren de Agua, calling them terrorists. He is trying to make labels that are broad enough and big enough to basically insinuate the use of the AUMF. This is fucking horrendous. I'm so surprised that MAGA supporters are not in flames, upset and angry. Oh, wait, no, wait, hold on a second. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised that they're not upset about this because this is what they've wanted. This is what they want. They want their president to do anything and everything to the executive level, have all the executive power, become as authoritative as possible, and look at where we are now. We could potentially be in a global conflict, not just like how it was in Iraq, but also no country is going to back us or support us when we do shit like this. This is what independents get for not voting for Kamala Harris. This is what Democrats get for not voting for Kamala Harris. I'm talking about you, not you who voted for Kamala Harris. I'm talking to you who didn't vote for Kamala Harris. I better see you in the midterms. If you're not fucking voting, you don't get a fucking say about shit. Vote blue and get these fuckers out of this goddamn government.